I got Uncharted Among Thieves Collector's Edition art book, and it's sealed, but I kind of want to open it. So, if you've been following the channel, you know that I've been doing one Uncharted project a week for all of 2025, and I have not missed a single week yet, and we are halfway through the year, unless you count this, because this was an acquisition and not actually a project. But I did have to drive a couple hours, and I also had to interact with people on Facebook Marketplace, so I think that counts as a project. At least I'm counting it as one. But here's the real dilemma. This guy is sealed, and I don't know if I have the heart to tear it open, but I also don't know if I have the willpower to ignore opening it, because you know there has got to be so many secrets in this book. For example, I have the Uncharted Trilogy art collection, and I love it to death. But here's the problem. This has 3 games in this book. This is all one game, and not just any game, my favorite Uncharted game. And I want to peek in those pages so badly. And if you look, they're about the same width. So you know that there's got to be things in here that obviously are not in this one, but also, more than likely, I have never seen before in my whole life, and I'm dying to see it, and I don't even know how to search for it because I've never seen it. I know that there is magic in these pages that I want to see very badly. But an equal part of me does not want to open this. And I see 3 possible solutions. The first is that I just never open it, and I just have to come to terms with that. The second is that I open it, and it loses some of its rareness, but maybe that's okay because I was never going to resell it anyway. Or third, and probably the hardest solution possible. When this book came out, there were actually 3 types of books you could get at the time. There's the first one, which was a paperback. There's the second one, which is this guy, and it's a collector's item. And then there's the third one, and that's the extremely rare one. So the option is I could get a paperback that's already been opened, and theoretically it'll have the same pages in here, we hope, or I'll just be back in the same dilemma again after I've looked through it. But if I get the paperback one, well, then that means I have 2 out of 3. And if I have 2 out of 3, that means I have to get the third one. I just won't be able to live my life unless I have it. And this is why it's the hardest solution of all of them. See, the third one, only 200 were made. Ever. 200. That's it. That's all that exists. And the problem with that is that this game came out in 2009. So if we're assuming people were pre-ordering in the late 2008 or 2009 range to get this collector's book, all right, however many years it's been since they got the book in 2009, 200 existed then. And you know that that is going to drop periodically because things happen. Like, what if there's house fires? Or what if someone drops it in a lake? Or what if their airplane goes down around Borneo or something like that, right? So it seems like the pool of 200 almost has to be smaller than 200 by this point. We're in 2025. Things have happened to those books. The other problem is that the last time I ever saw one for sale, like when I search online to try and find any evidence of it, was in like 2016. I think it went for like $500, which I'm probably not above paying that, if I'm being honest. I'm going to feel a little bad, but I'll do it. So that's why that is the hardest solution. We can open this one and see what's in there and just be fine because I'm not going to sell it. We could never open it and just not worry about it and just scour the internet. Or we could get the third option where we get the paperback book that's already opened for substantially cheaper than what I gave for this book, honestly. So I wouldn't feel bad about that. But then I know myself, and I know that if I have 2 out of 3 possible art books for my favorite Uncharted game, I'm gonna have to get that third one. And if you write in the comments any suggestions for me, I will gladly consider all of them, except if you tell me just to get the paperback and not worry about the third super rare one, because I don't have that in me. I just know that. There's just things you have to accommodate for. Like if you're allergic to shrimp, you don't eat shrimp, right? So I am a completionist and I know it. So if I get that other book, you best bet that I'm going to spend forever trying to find one of only 200 or probably less of that super rare edition that I'll probably pay an absurd amount of money for a book. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. This book was actually a birthday present to myself. And I was so excited until I actually had it in my hands. And then I realized my birthday present to myself was actually a gift wrap dilemma. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different than what we usually do. If you have any other solutions, please let me know. Maybe somewhere online, the interior of this book has been scanned by every single page and I can see it all without having to open it up or even buy that second book or cry every night wondering what's in here at the magic that I'll never see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching.